How can electronic producers inject disco soul into their beats? Imagine stepping onto a dance floor where the groove feels alive and timeless. That's the magic of disco soul, and electronic music producers can tap into it to make their tracks irresistible. First, start with the classic 4-on-the-floor drum pattern. It's a steady bass drum hitting on every beat, creating that driving rhythm that makes people want to move. Using drum machines like the Roland TUA-08 or TUA-77, or sampling vintage disco kits, helps recreate that authentic feel. Layer in some syncopated hi-hats and open cymbals to add energy and groove. Next, focus on the bass line. Disco bass is melodic, funky, and prominent. It often uses electric bass guitars or synthesized bass sounds. To give your bass that soulful punch, craft rhythmic, warm tones with effects like compression or slight saturation. This makes the bass sit tightly with the drums and adds that danceable groove. Strings and lush chords are also key. Use string synth patches or orchestral samples to add sweeping chords that fill out the harmonic space. These chords often follow jazzy or soulful progressions, giving your track emotional depth. Adding guitar parts with rhythmic muted strumming or chicken scratch patterns can boost the groove. You can use real guitar samples or synths that mimic guitar chops for authenticity. Incorporate soulful vocals or vocal chops. These can be vintage disco samples or new recordings with expressive phrasing. Use effects like reverb and delay to make the vocals blend smoothly into the electronic mix. Harmonies and call-and-response patterns bring the human element that makes disco special. From a production point of view, build your track with energy in mind. Use breakdowns, instrumental solos, and dynamic shifts to keep the dance floor moving. Extended mixes with sections for mixing or dancing are common in disco, so emulate that with loops and smooth transitions. Remember, the tools that shaped disco in the 1970s, like vintage synthesizers and drum machines, are still useful today. Modern emulations of these instruments can help you capture that authentic electronic disco sound. In short, to add disco soul to your beats, combine a steady 4-on-the-floor rhythm with funky bass lines, lush chords, rhythmic guitar, soulful vocals, and energetic arrangements. Use classic electronic instruments or their modern counterparts to honor disco's roots while making your music fresh and danceable. This approach keeps the spirit of disco alive in your electronic productions.